Friday, March 9th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East along with you. It is a cold Carolina morning this morning. There's a look up at the Beach Mountain area. Look at the snow on the ground there. And how about this observation? 9 degrees with a sub-zero wind chill atop Beach Mountain. Cold conditions for sure. There's the Greensboro Tower camera. Not that cold, but certainly a pretty cold morning underway. Temperatures in the 20s during the 5 a.m. hour with a wind chill at 18 there in Greensboro. And we'll take a peek down in Charlotte. There's the Dowd YMCA camera. Clear, cold conditions at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, 27 with a wind chill of 22. Yesterday, a cool day. Even had some snow flurries. Caused a bit of a stir of excitement across parts of the foothills and the Piedmont, as you had that disturbance that brought a pretty good round of some mountain snow that then had enough of the activity survive the trip over the mountains to bring a few Piedmont snow flurries. There's your highs in the Triad. Chilly yesterday, 40s, upper 40s to around 50 around the Charlotte metro, and Attleboro freezing in the mountain zones. This morning, it is cold. There's your temperatures late in the 5 o'clock hour. Even down in Columbia, it's 30, 39 in Cape Hatteras, 33 in Wilmington. A few snow showers to the north up into parts of the Virginias and eastern Kentucky. This time around, that next disturbance staying pretty far north, so I think pretty quiet in the Carolinas. And finally, the snow winding down over the northeast. But what a winter storm this was. These are snow totals, what's on the ground as I cut the video. Very significant amounts of snow all the way from northeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, up through the northeast. Look at that, even over 2, 3, and approaching 4 feet of snow as you head further northeast into the northeastern part of the lower 48. But that system finally has wound down. Quiet for the time being, but watch Futurecast here. We get a little lead disturbance briefly zip through tomorrow, but then here's the big show, big round of rain developing over the lower Mississippi Valley Saturday night into Sunday morning that will then lift northeastward from there. All right, so today for your Friday, a lot of sun, and then as that disturbance approaches, clouds on the increase tonight. Our highs this afternoon look like that, not as breezy as where we have been over the past couple of days, but still a little bit of a westerly and northwesterly wind stirring around. Lows tonight will be chilly, but not as cold, with some clouds increasing, primarily 30s over much of North Carolina tonight. And so here we go with Saturday. That next disturbance moves in, so clouds could be a brief shower in the Piedmont, certainly a few snow showers possible in the high country. But any precipitation tomorrow looks to be rather brief and fairly insignificant. So if you have movable weekend plans, Saturday's the day to do it. Saturday looks like the much better of the two weekend weather days. Your Saturday high temperatures look like that, a little bit milder across the region. But here we go Sunday, the next area of low pressure approaching. Sunday looking very wet. I think a chilly, soaking rain for a good portion of the day Sunday. And then as this low pressure pulls away, colder air gets wrapped in behind it, and that's when there could be a period of some wet snow in parts of North Carolina. Now, there's a lot of details still to iron out. The models are really still handling this low pressure very poorly. So we're looking at differences in timing of this, differences in strength of the low, differences in the exact track. So a lot of details still to iron out. I'll show you some of that modeling in just a second. There's your Sunday highs. Very really chilly with falling temperatures, in fact, for a lot of the day Sunday. All right, so there's the GFS. Now notice as the system pulls away, you see some of that wet snow on the back end. The European model, and again, I'll show you this in detail in just a second, but there's the period of wet snow on the northwest flank of this as well. It does look like a pretty good soaker. GFS has been pretty consistent with an inch or so of rain. The European not far off of that. And then there's the European snow totals. Now, let me get into some of the more detailed modeling here. This is what the European does with this. You end up with a closed low that moves from Georgia into South Carolina at 500 millibars there during the day Monday. European slower than the GFS, for instance. And so let me step you through the detailed charts on the European. Again, there's early Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then as that upper level low develops, this is Sunday evening into Monday morning. So that's around daybreak Monday. That's when the European tries to generate some snow north and west of Interstate 85, and then kind of ends with some rain during the day Monday. And so taken at face value, that's what the European model prints out for snow amounts across the region. The European ensemble looks like that in terms of snow amounts, the ensemble mean, and the control run of the European being relatively aggressive with that snow on the back end of the system. Now, again, the GFS is a little bit different. This is what it did on the 0Z run. This is early Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then the whole features, all the features are much further north on the GFS, and so you wind up with a scenario where maybe some snowflakes wrap in on the backside, but it's certainly nothing significant. On that particular model, you wind up with a snow amount that looks like that. Mountains get some snow, but south of the border of Virginia, outside of the mountains, not much. But that is not a certainty by any means. In fact, you look at the various ensemble members of the GFS, you have some ensemble members printing out some pretty significant amounts of snow. This is for Greensboro. The European ensemble members, kind of the similar scenario. A lot of the ensemble members print out some measurable accumulating snow, and the ensemble means around 2 inches for Greensboro. So the hand-drawn chart from the WPC, this is the probabilities of 1 inch of snow, and this first blue shading right there, that is 40%, and then the chances increase from there up into the mountains. And so I think what you're looking at here is the potential for this to end as a little wet snow, especially north of I-40, maybe down to the Interstate 85 corridor as well, Sunday night into Monday morning. But I don't think it's going to be terribly significant at this point, and even if we do get a little snow on the ground, on the grassy and the elevated surfaces, highs will be upper 40s, even maybe some low 50s on Monday afternoon. So kind of a novelty, interesting thing to watch for Sunday night and Monday morning, but I don't think it's going to be a terribly big deal regarding any wintry precip in the Piedmont. Now, the mountain's a different story. I still think there's a good chance the mountains could get a pretty good thumping of snow out of this, depending on how this system evolves. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the video. Have a great weekend. Stay warm, and God bless.